So this is a picture of our mill. It's kind of confusing with all the pipes and everything, but I wanted to talk about what's going on with the pulp once we get it. Well, when you pulp coffee, you basically taking the fruit off of the coffee. And what you don't want to see is a lot of these. Like, that's a coffee bean that worked its way through the mill, but there's nothing you can do about here and there a coffee bean coming through and getting bit like that. You don't want them bit, you don't want them hurt, and you don't want them coming out through the pulp. You want the coffee beans to go to the patio, but when you're pulping a lot, you're gonna, every now and then, you're gonna come across a few inefficiencies, and this is like one of them. So when the pulp comes, we dump it right here, and there's a grate underneath that removes the water. All that water starts to fall into these tanks that I got here. It's basically just absorption ponds. So I'm gonna try to get over here. So the water comes and fills up this pond, and then when we get overflow, it fills out that pond. And then when we get overflow, it fills up that third pond. And then when that overflows, I have a pipe that takes it to a bigger pond. I say pond, but they're basically just big holes in the ground where the water can seep into the soil and filter its way out. This is just water with a little bit of coffee in it, but we're just trying to catch a little bit of that juice that's in the coffee fruit. Okay, a lot of the juice stays right here in this pulp. So once this we get the water out, then we shovel it into here, and we'll just let it sit. And we'll make compost out of it for new plants. So we don't throw this out into the environment. We're harvesting the pulps right here. So everything that leaves from this point on is just water that was gently used to sort through the coffee and all that. Now, we don't ferment on the farm, so none of this has fermentation water in it. It's just water that was used to help get the coffee through the pipes. And a lot of the molasses and sugars are still holding on to this pulp. So we don't throw this back into rivers or anything like that. It all gets absorbed back into the ground. And then we'll come across here and walking through the patios. So what do we do with last year's pulp? Well, last year's pulp is sitting right here. And here it is, turned into soil. All that soil from last year's pulp. And then when we're ready, look, we've got a few worms in there. Check that out. We got some earthworms in there working that pulp. So we're going to lay it out in the patios, finish breaking it down, and then that soil will be used in our nursery to grow next year's coffee. Just wanted to show you guys what we do with how our mill handles its byproducts.